Hey guys, um, I'm just getting off of work. I'm on my way home. I've been really getting close to just the Spirit of God and just trying to put Him first in my life and oh, He's been showing me a lot. Um, it's actually crazy. I even been writing in my Bible because I haven't done this in a long time, but there's moments when I mess up and when I really mess up, really where there's no excuse, wholeheartedly selfishness, um, and I just I got so convicted, and like, I just was I knew I messed up, and I was just like, God, please forgive me. No infidelity or anything like that. It was just more of a moral thing that I did, and I just, it hurt to the core because it's like when you do something purposefully that's wrong and you your spirit's telling you not to and you do it anyways, and you just have this just shame, how could anyone forgive me? And I was thinking about that because I was like, I could judge somebody. God's really been working on me about judging people. And I'll put it in pictures after this video, but pretty much I messed up morally pretty bad, and I just felt this overwhelming shame of just I don't know if it's hard to even explain the feeling of just there's no excusing what I did. There's no way, I can't move on from that. I can't. And I'm totally guilty, and I deserve the worst, and I was just and so I'm driving around and I'm just like, God, please forgive me, please forgive me. And I'm just and I'm just speaking to God, and I'm speaking in tongues because this has my spirit so down. And and then I'm seeking every which way. And then I go out to my car. I'm at work, and I go out to my car, and I notice there's a heart right in front of my car. And that's sort of a love language between me and God. I'll see hearts randomly that shouldn't be there. It's sort of I think it's His love language with me. And when I saw that heart, and it was from an oil stain that stained perfectly in the shape of a heart, and I was just in front of my car, and I was just it was I knew He loved me, He forgave me. And then it occurred to me, how dare I judge anybody or hold them to accountable for how could I even put people in a category of even to dare. I can discern, I know when something's right and when something's wrong, but man, when God extended that mercy on me, whew, I could forgive murder. I could forgive anything, because I don't deserve forgiveness, and it just, oh man, it gave me a whole new appreciation for just grace and mercy towards people and not judging and just loving, really loving them. And I wrote it in my Bible, and I just was don't ever forget this day. Don't you ever forget this day when He bestowed and showed you mercy, because you're going to need that when, people are just, being people who are living in sin just like me. They struggle, and I don't know if they're having a bad day. I don't know if I don't know, I don't even know if they're purposefully sinning. And that's, if God can forgive me for a purposeful sin, I have no right to, judge the character, because ultimately, our goal is heaven. I don't want anyone to go to hell. And that's what I realized. You think that you want people to pay, you don't. You really don't. When people hurt you, you think you want them to pay, but when you know with what they could pay with, hell, their soul, you don't want that for anybody. And so Oh man, I've just been watching a lot of, trying to put more godly things, trying, you know, um, to put more godly stuff in, and just watching testimonies. And I was watching this guy who died and he went to hell, and then God pulled him out. His father was preaching over him and prophesying, you're not going to die, you have a purpose. And God pulled him out and put him in heaven. And he described hell, and it was just, nothing is like, just an everlasting, just sorrow. And I can only imagine, not only is it's hot, like literally, he described it as like stones where they were just like literally hot. He even said there was no fire, but the whole place was hot, and they were just in so much pain because they saw that they had rejected God, and they had their whole rest of eternity, and all they could think about was how good God was to them and how they didn't want him. And oh my gosh, like and just all the regret. And I had one moment of this, just one moment of just pure regret. That's eternity of just pure regret, you know? And man, it makes me really think about, I just need to, I don't want, nope, not judging nobody. Nope. I discern if it's evil, I get away from it, you know, pray about it, love people, but who can, like, at this point, I just want to shout from the rooftops, like, I don't, like, it's crazy that it's weird that I can let my flesh or my humanness or my fear of people get in the way from literally shouting from the rooftops, God is real. God is real. He loves you, and this is serious. Like, this is the most serious thing you are ever going to have to go through. Like, I think if we took it that seriously, we should literally be standing on top of buildings shouting, like doing anything possibly we can to get souls. Like I get why those people are out there with those signs that says Jesus loves you. Like, I fully understand now, and like, I just like want to shout it from the rooftops, and my flesh gets in the way of my spirit, and you know, and oh, I just want to stay in the spirit. I just like don't want to get distracted, or I just really want to put God first, and just seek things that are godly, and just really just seek God. Like, I know this is a process of cleansing. Oh, but it hurts, and there's things that I don't want to let go of, you know, like, and I'm just like, God, please make me willing. But when he showed me that moment that he loved me and he could forgive me for something like that, and it was weird. I wanted to write him a poem. Like, I like had this like affection towards him in that moment where I just wanted to love him with everything that I had. Like, oh my gosh, how could anyone love me like that? And that made me realize I can love anybody in any place that they're at. And so I just wanted to tell you guys kind of where I'm at and like what God did for me, and just, he's so good. He's so good. And I just feel like so shameful that I got so caught up in like learning about the world and evolution and like all this stuff. And I wasn't trying to abandon God or anything, but I was trying to make sense of Genesis. And I was talking to God, and I said, God, like, this doesn't add up. This doesn't add up. And he spoke right here. He said, I don't work in time. Like, time isn't his nature. And I was like, and so when I walk in the spirit and I see him show up, and when I have like even the faith of a mustard seed and he shows up for me, like, that's what I see. That's where I put my faith and my hope. And like, heaven is real.